guys. Welcome to a new week and a brand new episode of the Anti-Pharmacist podcast. Can you tell that I'm excited? Can you guess why? Well, it's my birthday week. Actually, it's my birthday tomorrow. And I'm grateful to God for life, for how far He has helped me, for bringing me up to this point. It's just been God and His grace for every gift He has endowed me with which I've been blessing the world. I just can't say it all. I'm very happy, very, very happy. Just wish me, guys, wish me a happy birthday through the comments and all of that. I would love it. I would appreciate it. Yes. So, today I'll be talking about something that a lot of people may not be aware of. Many medicines users, they just experience this thing and they just keep quiet. For example, I took this medication and I'm not feeling well. What's wrong with me? Instead of following the right procedure, they just abandon the medication. I'll be talking today about reporting adverse drug reactions. Okay, you see, a lot of medicines users, they do not know how to do this. They get their medications, they use it, and once they start experiencing some untoward effects, what they do is just abandon it. I don't like how it makes me feel, and they just leave the medication, not caring that their condition still needs to be treated. And another funny thing is some people just opt for agbo straight, like I don't like this Oyibo medicine, it's too strong for me. They just say, let me go and take agbo, maybe I'll be fine. Of course, they'll take agbo, have this false feeling of being fine, but on the long run, their kidney is suffering for it. And some people, they even experience worse adverse effects immediately. So, which is why I'm talking about this today. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. First, what is an adverse drug reaction? ADR for short. So going forward, I'll be calling it ADR. If you hear that, I mean adverse drug reaction. According to World Health Organization, ADR is a response to a medicine which is noxious, that is harmful and unintended, and which occurs at doses normally used in man for prophylaxis, diagnosis, or therapy of diseases, or for the modification of physiological function. Simply put, ADR is unexpected or dangerous reaction to a drug which was normally prescribed for your condition. Okay, that is the definition of ADR. And now, like I have said in the definition, it is something that occurs when you take even the normal dosage of this medicine. Okay, you know, while the drug is doing what it's supposed to do in your body, it might have some untoward effects, but that does not negate its action or its function in returning your body to your normal physiological state. These are like collateral damage, we can put it that way, that it does. But when we are giving out medications, we look at the risk benefit ratio. Okay, is the benefit of taking this medication more than the risk? When we notice that, oh, the benefit is more than the risk, then we go ahead to give it to you. We might even inform you of adverse drug reactions to expect, but like I've always said, it doesn't occur in all cases. Okay, you see, we are very different. We have different body composition, different DNA structure, should I put it that way? So not all of us will react the same way to medications. That's why we always advocate that you should not share your medicines, okay? While some react adversely to some medications, others may not. A good example are the sulfur drugs, the likes of your Septrin, the cotrimoxazole, your sulfadoxine. Some people react to these medications. Some people react to some medication and they start itching their bodies. We call this idiosyncratic reactions, okay? And in others, they use these medications without any problem. Some people take chloroquine and they start itching from now till tomorrow. Others take it and do not experience any adverse effect whatsoever. So, do you understand? So, these are things that you should take cognizance of when you're taking a medication. You should not share your medication. We've always said that. Please note that. It's only your healthcare provider that can give you a drug and just gauge the risk and benefit for you. Medicine has gone towards personalized medicines, okay? So each medication is to go to the right patient. It's not for a general population. Do you understand? That is where medicine is going to right now. So I was talking about adverse drug reaction, right? There are some expected reactions to medications, and it's not in all cases that it happens, like I just said. It's a probability. When you Google a medicine, for example, and say, okay, let's look at the adverse drug reaction, it can list up to 20, but that doesn't mean that you will experience all 20. You might experience just one or two. Okay, and the next person that takes that medication might experience another two or three different from yours. Of course, there are common side effects I'll be talking about on Friday, okay, that are kind of general, but others, like I said, they are kind of personal. It's not everybody that experiences them, and it's not in all cases that they happen. Please take note of this. Okay, so there's a distinction, a difference between side effects and adverse effects. Side effects are things that are already expected. Okay, the likes of maybe nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, those are side effects of medications. But adverse, those are unexpected things that happen when you take a medication. I hope you understand this. So, if you take a medication, for example, and you read the leaflets, it lists some things that you may expect. Those are side effects. But adverse effects are things that the makers of the medicine did not really expect. Now, there's a bloodline between side and adverse effects for some medications. Okay, the likes of penicillins, hypersensitivity reactions, they are part of the side effect, but they could be adverse effects for some people. Do you understand? Effects that are serious as hypersensitivity reactions, having to scratch your body so hard, urticaria, Stevenson Johnson syndrome to the sulfur drugs, they are still adverse effects, okay, because they could land you in the hospital. And it helps the manufacturers know that these things still occurs with our medication, okay? Yes. But for side effects, the likes of dizziness, vomiting, nausea, diarrhea, do you get? Those are side effects, and I'm sure that they would have told you. The pharmacist would have, oh, you might experience this or that. And if they didn't, check your leaflet, you definitely find it there. Okay. Now I've talked about the possibility of experiencing some adverse drug reactions to medications. Sometimes these adverse drug reactions are dependent on some things. Like if you're supposed to take a drug now with food and you take it without food, there are some adverse drug reactions that you would experience that would definitely happen. But if you take it with food, you may not experience it. I hope you are getting what I'm saying. So that's just to let you know what adverse drug reactions are and how they present. My general advice is that you report any untoward effect, any effect that is not making you comfortable after taking a medication to your healthcare provider. Okay? Then they can decide which is the ADR to report or not. I hope you understand me. So, after taking that medication, do not abandon it because it makes you feel a certain way or some kind of way. Report to your healthcare provider. It is very important. Okay? Now, how do you report this thing? I've told you that the best approach is not to abandon your medication when you start experiencing adverse drug reactions. Okay, there's something we call pharmacovigilance in pharmacy, in medicine, and it is monitoring medications use even after they have gotten to the final consumer. And this cannot be effectively done without reporting ADRs. Just go to your pharmacist or your doctor. Tell them this is how I felt when I took this medication. I didn't like it. They'll bring the pharmacovigilance form out. They'll fill it or give it to you to fill. It is the duty of these healthcare providers to now collate this and take to pharmacovigilance centers. Okay. Reporting ADRs helps us in post-market surveillance, which is another name for pharmacovigilance. For example, you took a medication and it made you feel a kind of way. How will the pharmacist know if you don't tell them? And how will we take it to the right authority if they do not know? So let me first talk about the importance of reporting ADR, okay? I think a while back on this podcast, on one of the earlier episodes, I talked about how drugs are produced briefly, I think. From clinical trials, they try as much as possible to note all the adverse drug reactions then, but in some cases, some could have been missed, or maybe they didn't appear in that population that was used for the trial. Okay, and these drugs are sent out to various countries, various continents. Some drugs, the clinical trials are only done in white with a few population of blacks, and then they bring them to Nigeria for use. There might be some differences in DNA and all of that that could trigger some adverse drug reactions. So, reporting ADRs make it possible for these companies to note other adverse drug reactions that they didn't take note of during clinical trials. And it could actually help to better reformulate that medication for use in other populations. I hope you understand. Okay, so reporting ADR is very important for pharmacovigilance. Once that drug gets to the market, there's little control that the company that produced it has over it. But when you experience a particular adverse drug reaction and you report it, it makes them aware. There are a lot of medications that have been withdrawn from the market, and this has saved a lot of lives because ADRs were reported. Imagine that ADR was not reported for a medication that causes hepatotoxicity, for example. People will still continue using them, and at the end of the day, many people will come down with liver failure attributed to that medication. But once the ADR has been reported via the right channel and it has been taken back to the company, they reevaluate if the medication is safe for use, and if not, they withdraw it from the market. A lot of drugs have been withdrawn from the market for this reason. So you see that ADR not only informs the company of things that they did not take note of, but also saves lives. So I would advise that you report any adverse drug reaction. And please, no adverse drug reaction is trivial. Don't say, oh, it's just vomiting. Oh, it's just dizziness. As much as possible, report ADRs, okay? Now I'll be telling you the channels to report. The first one is go back to the person that gave you this medication, most preferably your pharmacist, okay? And let me tell you something. It's not compulsory that it's the pharmacy where you bought it that you report ADR to. Do you know that? Just go to a pharmacy and say, hello, pharmacist. I bought this medication from somewhere. You can even bring the packet, okay? You can bring the medication and say, I noticed that it caused this and this. The pharmacist must say, oh, really? It's the normal adverse drug reaction that has been reported in the leaflet. Oh, this is new. They'll bring an ADR form out for you to fill. And then you have helped the cost of medicine in general. That's one way to do it, okay? Going directly to the pharmacy and reporting to the pharmacist. Number two, there are pharmacovigilance centers all over Nigeria, okay, and all over the world. But because I'm recording from Nigeria, I'm laying emphasis on Nigeria. There are other places in the world. The FDA has pharmacovigilance center. You can use the internet, find it. Anyone close to you, go there and report your ADRs. They'll give you a form to fill. In Nigeria, we have them in most teaching hospitals in the different geopolitical zones of Nigeria. We have the Ahmadu Bello University Teaching Hospital, the Lagos University Teaching Hospital, University of Benin Teaching Hospital, University of Ilorin Teaching Hospital, University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital, FMC Owerri, okay? All of these places, you can go there and report any adverse drug reaction you're getting to a medication. It's also possible that you have used this medication before, you did not feel that way, and now you used it again and you felt a certain way. Please report it, okay? Or you have somebody close to you that felt that way, even when you did not feel that way when you used it. Please encourage them to report. And another way, the easiest way, is to go online. There are ADR e-reporting forms online now. Go to NAFDAC website, go to FDA website. I'm sure you see somewhere that has to do with adverse drug reaction. They are just prompts that you fill. It's not something that will take your time. I doubt if the forms will take you up to 5 minutes to fill. You fill your name, okay, or your initials, just to make sure that it's a real person. Just know that your identity is safe. It's not to witch hunt anybody or anything like that. You just want to know how you felt while taking the medication. Just put the honest report there, how you felt and all, and it will be taken from there, okay? You fill in your sex, your weight, your date of birth, your age, and the time of reaction, the country where the reaction started. Then you feel the reaction. You just, feel you are ticking boxes most times or just filling in short answers. And before you know it, you're done reporting. I've told you the advantages of reporting ADR. It could actually help the next person to not feel that adverse reaction that you felt, okay? So please consider reporting your ADR when next you feel anything like it. If you feel any untoward reaction to the medication you're taking, please report the ADR. It could help to also clamp down counterfeit or fake medications, because the company that produced that medicine will be found out. And you might just be taking a fake medicine. So please help the health agencies to help you as well, okay? So that's what I want to talk about today. Oh. I'm in the birthday spirit. Let me go and prep for tomorrow. Thank you so much for listening up to this point. Till next time, stay healthy and God bless you. Bye.